What's happening, beautiful people? Welcome back to Grateful Panic Knife Reviews. I'm so glad that you stopped by, and I hope at the end of the video you are too. And if you are, how about like, subscribe, throw us a comment down below, and if you are into exclusive content and members only live streams, consider becoming a channel member as well. Today we're going to be checking out a knife sent in by Brother FrkshW, FrkshW EDC on Instagram. And this is going to be the Spyderco Native Chief, and it's the Cutlery Shop exclusive in Orange G10 and CTS XHP blade steel. And before we get into that, let's go ahead and get a quick panic dump and beverage check out of the way. Today I was carrying the Benchmade bug out with the titanium scales, and I was also carrying the Urban EDC Supply F5.5 in bronze. I had the Holiday Leatherworks organizer with a red light pineapple and refined EP1, both in brass. And I also had the Buck 110 and the Leatherman Super Tool 300 on me today, as well as the Lancelot leather strap wallet. Alrighty, as far as the beverage goes, drinking on a little bit of mango dreamsicle from Terrapin. Alcohol 7.9% of my volume. Alright, this is mouthwatering mango flavors collide into a dense, creamy sweetness that helps to create our mango dreamsicle IPA. This luscious fruit-forward beer will have you dreaming of your very own tropical paradise. Oh, if I'm going to believe this can, drink this, I'm going to be dreaming about paradise. Why don't we send a big old hearty grateful panic cheers out to the man of the hour himself, FrkshW EDC. Brother FrkshW, cheers, my friend. Alright, well, now that we've gotten the pleasantries out of the way, let's go ahead and dive on down and get up close and personal with the Spyderco Native Chief. Alrighty guys, today we are going to be taking a look at this here Native Chief from Spyderco, and this is the Cutlery Shop exclusive edition in Orange G10 and DLC coated CTS XHP blade steel. And this is honestly a knife that did not even come close to hitting my radar until recent. And the only reason it hit my radar, it wasn't even a desire or a want, or I want that, I gotta have that knife. It was just the simple fact that I was aware of it because a lot of people were making a big to-do about the recent sprint run in carbon fiber and S90V blade steel. And I kept hearing Native Chief, so I looked it up, and when I saw it, I'm like, what's the big deal? It's a lock back. It's freaking 2.5 feet long. Like, why are people going nuts over this knife? After having it in hand, it's a pretty daggone good knife, guys. And I feel like, I didn't even give it any kind of use, really. Carried it once. Because it's orange, I'm afraid of getting it dirty, messing it up. I just didn't want to carry it, really. Definitely wasn't going to carry it to work and get, food grease on it. That just wasn't even an option. Now, if it were mine, and I feel like Brother FrkshW is the same exact way. I feel like he doesn't worry about messing it up. He just uses it and it's not messed up, so you can plainly see that it can take whatever abuse you are going to throw at it. I just didn't feel comfortable throwing any abuse at it because it's not my knife. But that being said, this has definitely opened my eyes to how awesome of a knife the Native Chief actually is, which that's happened pretty frequently here lately. But like I said, this it wasn't even a knife that caught my attention, even piqued my interest at all, like not in the least little bit. It wasn't even on my radar that it really existed until this recent sprint run came out. And then it wasn't that I necessarily was dying to own one. It was just I really wanted to check it out to see what all the fuss was about. You know, I was kind of wondering, was it strictly because it's a sprint run that everybody wants it, or is it just it's a killer knife and this just happens to be a good sprint run and that's why everybody wants it? Well, I'm starting to think that it was the latter because you know, we know when done well, S90 can be a pretty daggone good blade steel. Whether or not I trust their fit finish and their execution of actually building a knife, I without a doubt do not mistrust their blade steel, simply for the fact that Peters is very well known for doing a good job at what they do. So getting this in CTS XHP is a pretty good grab because it's, in my opinion, some really good steel. I always had good luck with the 2 or 3 cold steels that I owned in this blade steel. It was, I don't know, the ease of sharpening to edge retention ratio for me was really good. It sharpened up, you know, really nicely without too much crazy effort, and it held that edge for a fairly long time. So I can see why this is a sought after exclusive right here. I mean, couple that with the fact that it's Halloween colors, and whoever the hell was in charge of picking the colors for Halloween did a phenomenal job, because I don't know why, but orange and black just jam up together. They look really good. I think I would absolutely love to have some sort of just kick-ass sports car in orange with all black accents, black rims. Like, I just think that would look great. This color orange right here, there's, you know, of course there's these crazy bright oranges and fluorescent oranges, but just a normal, just a primary color type orange. Well, I guess it would be a secondary color because it's yellow and white together. But just, you know, just your average, ordinary, everyday orange looks fantastic, in my opinion, with black. So we have a good looking knife, and as you can see, it's not a short knife by any means. So what we're looking at is an overall length of 9.1 inches. So yeah, definitely not a short knife by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. We got a blade length of 4.1 inches, which gives us a handle length of 5 inches. And I mean, it's every bit of 5 inches, because even not choked up, there's a good inch or so hanging out back there on the ass end of it. Choked up, you got a good 2 inches back there hanging off. But I mean, it is what it is. I think for the intended purpose of this knife, it's perfectly sized. To me, it would make a good yard work knife. Well, let's go ahead and get the rest of the specs out of the way. We got a blade length of 4.1 inches, like we said. We got a handle length of 5 inches. The blade thickness, this is 1/8 inch blade stock, so we're looking at 125 thousandths there. And that's about all the specs I have. Oh, well, we got the whole diameter is 550 thousandths, so a little over half an inch. And that's about it on the specs. We do have a weight. They are saying it is 4 ounces. We're going to see what Cletus has to say about this. And so far, up to date, Cletus has been pretty spot on. Hello, Cletus. Hey, buddy, why don't you tell me how much this thing weighs? Well, we're looking at 4.08 ounces, so yeah, right up for 4 ounces. Not too shabby for a 9-inch long knife. Not too shabby at all. It does have a 4-way pocket clip. It can be tip up, tip down, right or left-handed carry, so that's pretty spectacular. Equal opportunity knife right there. As far as the deployment goes, it works great in the slow roll. It works great in the reverse / Spidey flick, and it works great with the thumb flick. Action is pretty spot on with it. I don't know that it's all the way broken in, because there's a little. It's just not. Pretty freaking smooth there, dummy. Yeah, pretty freaking smooth. It drops. Yeah, that's pretty spectacular there. We do have T10 pivot hardware and T7 body screws. I just judging by looking at it, I think the pocket clip screws are T6, which would make sense. But yeah, fail. This right here, to me, just it make a great out in the yard or in the garden type knife. I mean, not like digging holes, that type thing, but cutting back bushes, or small limbs, small limbs like switch size limbs, not like small limbs, but just cutting back small limbs. I don't know, I feel like you could put some work in with this guy. It's just got too much size to be restricted to toting it around in your pocket and using it to open boxes and break down cardboard. I just think this thing would be better suited to some outdoor use. Good, opening feed bags with that good piercing tip. It's just, I think this is an all-around great, not necessarily hard use like you're going to be cutting down trees with it, but hard use like it's the knife you're going to use for pretty much everything when you're working on the farm. Cutting the twine on bales of hay, just anything. I believe it would serve the purpose excellently. And like I said, it never was on my radar before. Just did not pique my interest at all whatsoever. But now, especially since I've gotten it in hand, I'm a big fan. I believe one day I will be picking one of these up, and it's not like a rush thing, because the knives I buy these days are knives that I'm gonna kind of rotate through my daily rotation of, or my daily EDC, and this to me it wouldn't be necessarily an EDC knife, this knife, and that's just my opinion, but I think it would handle any job that you throw at it with all the grace in the world, and it would kick said jobs ace. But I thank you guys, appreciate you stopping by, checking out the video. You are more than welcome to come back anytime. Until next time, get on out there and EDC your ass off and do something nice for somebody. Thanks guys, love y'all.